Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another session of Ask Zak with myself, Zak, and my trusted colleague, Sean.
Welcome. Good evening, and it's about to be a very interesting communication today.
Now, tonight we're speaking about maintaining condition of our sheep. Now, we can't talk about maintaining condition and feed without looking at roughage. Now, remember, roughage is incredibly important for our ruminants. The main reason is we need that fiber to stimulate the rumen, to look after the bacteria inside the stomach, and to make sure we've got a healthy gut. Without good roughage, you can give the best feed, the best care, your animals will not grow. So when I'm talking about roughage, I'm talking about good grass. Things like Aerograss, teff. A lot of people ask, do we see lucerne as a roughage? No, lucerne is definitely not a roughage. Lucerne goes through as a protein, so do not think you're going to put out lucerne bales and address the roughage. And especially now this time of year, we've got a shortage of, well, not really a shortage of grass, but some people might run into shortages, and then you should have already bought in your bales of grass. It's crucial for those animals, for their rumen, for their digestive health, to keep them going. And then we can start looking at additional feeds. Now, when we talk about additional feeds, Sean, what do we look at when we give our, for maintaining condition of our animals on the veld?
Okay, thank you, Zak. One very important, we at also keep a product called the REMLEM and EU pellets. The REMLEM and EU pellets are made to keep your animals, your goats and sheep, in good condition throughout the year. But the most important thing included in the REMLEM and EU pellets is the fact that it's got something called ammonium chloride. That ammonium chloride helps your rams and your bucks to stay away from getting something called kidney stones. That is the most painful thing an animal can go through. So it's very important that your rams are always safe so that they can give you more lambs.
Of course, then there's products like our production meal. If we want to boost the animal's condition, to make sure, we usually only use it for short bursts of times. Let's say you want to fatten them up for a show or for slaughter, then you can include the production meal. But then we've got the sheep block as well.
Well, the sheep block, on average, for people who are in extensive farming, you have your sheep and your goats out in the veld. It's very difficult to have to go give them feed on a daily basis. Put out the block. The block will save you a lot of, give you less labor, and then you're going to put in all the minerals, all the nutrients throughout the year with all the safety margins left.
And of course, guys, very, very important, we can't talk about feed without touching on our parasites. Remember, we can give the best feed available, the best grass available, but if that animal is struggling with a load of internal parasites, let's say our worms, you are feeding worms and not your animals. So be very attentive and make sure you deworm your animals regularly, either quarterly or when you change camps, because you don't want to take the existing parasites and transfer them to the new camp. So that's a very important thing. And of course, pulpy kidney, especially with our sheep. They tend to pick that up when we have a sudden change in diet, whether it's a seasonal change or whether you're introducing something like REMLEM and EU pellets. So you want to inject the animal a few weeks beforehand, just to make sure they do not develop pulpy kidney and die. Our goats are not as susceptible as the sheep are. Sheep are a lot more finicky, but just keep that in mind. Now, we're looking at season is changing. We're in the winter months. What do we feed, Sean, now when we look at our ewes and our lambs? How do we take care of them?
Well, the most important part, if you have lost condition, like Zak said, it's very important, bring in the production meal. But if your condition has been constant throughout and you've been doing a great job, things happen. But then if everything has been perfect, carry on with your REMLEM and EU. And then throughout with your REMLEM and EU, make sure your condition stays constant, because if you lose condition, it's going to cost you a lot of money to bring it back to condition.
Now, just a very important note with our REMLEM and EU, as a maintenance feed, we give about 1% of body mass. But when we look at our pregnant ewes, we can push it up to about 1.5%. So just make a mental note of it. You can increase it for your ewes because they are lactating, and we need to support that body with a little bit of extra nutrition. But then again, the creep feed, Sean, it also plays a big role there.
Well, it's very important to give creep feed. Creep feed is the basis, it's your foundation when it comes to growing your little lambs and your little kids. If you do not develop the rumen properly, you're risking not using your very expensive feed later, not optimally. So creep feed develops the rumen so that it can use all these nice things that you're going to give to it so that it grows properly. If you don't give creep feed, then your rumen grows slowly and it uses all these very important REMLEM and ewes and all sorts of nice feed very not optimally. So it's very important to introduce creep feed as soon as possible. Approximately within 10 days on average with your sheep and goats, your kids and lambs. So yeah, feel free to put in that creep feed to make sure that your animals develop very much well.
Now again, with our creep feed, a very important thing is it's safe for all animals, but it's very tasty. So we don't like to give it to our ewes because we're going to be bankrupt after a while. It is a more expensive feed, but when you give it to a lamb, the quantities they eat are so small, they do not really influence it. But as soon as your ewes start eating it, you're going to start feeling it. So that's why where the name creep feed comes from. It's usually a little gate or a narrow passage where the little animal needs to creep through to be able to get to it. So that is basically where the name creep feed comes from. But all the information that Sean just shared, crucial for that young animal to develop properly. But of course, as we always say, we can only share this much information on our Ask Zak session, but there are other sessions available. We've got our Farmers Days up and running again. Now Sean, where are we this week?
This week we're in Mabelhol, just a nice town next to Grollersdal and areas of Sekhukhune. So feel free to pop in, just confirm that you're going to be there, call in the depot and confirm, and then we shall meet you on Thursday to learn more about your animals, specifically your broilers and layers on this Thursday.
And of course, these info sessions are free of charge. So all that you need to do, as Sean said, sign up, come in. We do not charge you for that. And of course, our technical team, Sean and Yanru and Wumsaki, is out in the field giving on-farm advice. Can you just share a little bit there, Sean?
Well, it's very important for us to make sure that you, our customers, are always happy, and your happiness is our growth, and our growth is definitely your growth. Because when you're struggling, we are really out there. Just give us a call, give us an email if you can, do anything. Just confirm with us, contact us, and then we will try our best to give you all the possible information that we can to make sure that your production stays in good condition and growth has no cap.
Now guys, just also with that, it is free to all Alzu customers. So if you use our feed, we're going to come and visit you. We can assist you with your farming with advice and make sure you're up there with the best. Because at the end of the day, a successful farmer is somebody bringing back to the backbone of the community, and of course, they take care of us as we take care of you. So for next time, stay tuned, same place, same time, and goodbye.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.